Hey dinosaurs, so today's video was actually inspired by Dangelo Wallace. You guys can check him out in the description down below. He does amazing commentary videos, and Dangelo Wallace is his second channel and he posts on there every single day. And this video was inspired by him pointing out some dangerous TikTok trends that I thought I wanted to talk about, but I also just wanted to talk about challenges in general and how they've evolved. So that's kind of how my video differs from him. He's just talking about TikTok, I'm talking about how challenges have evolved, but definitely check him out in the description down below. If you guys don't know what a challenge is basically something I think everyone knows, but it's basically a trend that everyone does to try and get that tiny little drop of clout, that gold. Not everyone gets it. Some people will do some really dumb things for it, and especially children, because children don't know any better. So especially on TikTok, we need to keep an eye out for problematic trends that are happening because it's literally an app for children. Please do not do any of these trends. Everything I'm going to mention is pretty dangerous except for the first one, and you should just not be doing it. It will put you at risk, and it's not worth it for internet clout because it really doesn't mean anything in the long term of life. Starting off with the ice bucket challenge. That's the first challenge that I personally remember, and that's the challenge where everyone would dump a bucket of ice on their head, ice water, and they would do it for ALS because they were trying to raise awareness for ALS. It brought awareness, people were donating, it was a great cause. But then challenges, like the next one I remember after that was like the cinnamon challenge. I don't remember any other challenges that were really for like donating or a good cause. Every other challenge after that I feel like was just like a if you do this, you may get clout challenge kind of thing. So then it was the cinnamon challenge, which I never really thought about how that could be harmful or not because I just thought it was like, oh, you eat cinnamon. What could go wrong? But then I watched Glozelle's video where she's eating a ladle of cinnamon, which obviously if you're gonna do it for clout, you gotta go extreme. Then I started to realize, yeah, it's definitely a choking hazard. When you're trying to cough it up, people have breathed it in. Cinnamon have gotten into people's lungs and coated their lungs. So the cinnamon challenge was definitely pretty dangerous, more dangerous than we think it is. Then after that, I remember the condom nose challenge. I don't know if there was a name for it, but I know Shane did it, and it's like you snort a condom up your nose and try and pull it out of your mouth, and that was it. Your sinuses are connected to your mouth, so people were just pulling condoms out of their mouth, and that was the trend. A lot of people got hurt from that. You can choke on it. The condom can go into your lungs. People literally inhaled condoms into their lungs. Yeah, so you could literally asphyxiate and die on a condom, and that is like a really lame way to go. So like just think about that, like when you're doing these like crazy challenges, do you want that to be your legacy? Like you left this earth because of a condom challenge? I don't know, but I understand. I'm not blaming these people, and I don't think you should blame any of these people either because they're children usually, or they're not really thinking straight maybe, or they're doing it for clout, and sometimes people get confused or diluted by the numbers, but please don't do that to yourself. So the next challenge I have written down was the ice and salt challenge. That is when you would give yourself third-degree burns, basically, and you would hold salt and ice, put salt on your hand, put an ice cube, hold there for 60 seconds, and then you give yourself a nice little freezer burn. It was like the Indian burn, but freezer burn on your skin. Don't do it. You're going to burn your skin and damage your epidermis. The flash challenge, which you're supposed to reverse your phone, take the flash, shine it into your eyes, upload it onto TikTok, use the S5 filter, and it'll show you your true eye color. You look so dumb right now. A lot of people thought that this was real because they thought like the filter would actually show you your eye color, but it's not. It's a filter at the end of the day, so it's showing you like a changed version of your eye color, but it's not your actual eye color, and shining a light directly into your eyes can definitely cause damage, so maybe just don't do that one. The cereal challenge. I also saw one that, I don't know if it's called like the Cupcake challenge, but I'm calling it the Cupcake challenge. So the cereal challenge is where you pour cereal into someone's mouth while they lie flat on a table. You pour it into their mouth, and then you eat the cereal out of that person's mouth, and you know, that's it. You just pour it into someone's mouth and their mouth is a bowl. Oh my god. Oh my god, Brennan! I don't care how close we are. Like, I'll share a straw or something if I'm drinking with my son. He's not eating cereal out of my mouth. Weird. Someone did it with their dog. Gross.
Lock that bitch up. Lock it out.
That one's not necessarily dangerous except for if you choke on the cereal when you're laying down, except for you could choke on the cereal literally laying down. The same thing with the cupcake challenge. That's where people like have a bowl and they're pretending to make like a cupcake and they're just shoving that stuff all over their friend's face, and then their friend comes up and they're covered in the stuff. They're really funny, especially when you don't expect it the first time, but when you watch a few of them, it's like, I expected that, so it's no longer funny. Just to be clear, my problem with this challenge isn't that I don't find it funny, it's that you can breathe in flour while you're laughing and they're pouring it on your face. Just want you guys to be safe. The throw it up challenge. So that was when people would grab large objects that were dangerous and throw them up above them, and all of their friends would huddle in a circle, throw it up, and then you're just gonna wait for that thing to fall and then hopefully dodge and not get hit in the head with the object. People threw couches. I saw people throwing glass bottles. I saw people throwing like little baby, those cars that kids drive around in. Like, people were throwing crazy things above their head. I don't think I have to explain how that could be dangerous. The next challenge is the soy sauce challenge, where guys would dip their into soy sauce and try and taste it.
Went and got some soy sauce, and we are gonna do this little science experiment together.
Yikes! That's gonna be a fucking yikes for me.
That just seems like you're asking for a bacterial infection, but I don't want to talk about this one too much. Now we're moving on to the penny challenge, where people would take their phone square that's connected to your charger, put it into a wall outlet, and then take a penny and try and put it in between the square and the wall outlet, basically causing a fire and electrocuting themselves. You should have said no. Also, 2 boys did this in school and they ended up damaging a wall, and their parents had to pay, I think it was $1,200 to repair the wall in the school. Not to mention the fact that that school could have literally burned down. So don't think that just because you're doing your penny challenge at school that you're okay, because you're not going to damage anything at home, because it's literally arson. That is literally a crime. So don't do the penny challenge. Next is the skull breaker challenge, and this one makes me extremely sad, and as you can tell from the title, skull breaker challenge. So the premise of this one is you convince someone who doesn't know what's going on to jump with you. You say you're all gonna jump at the same time. The people on the sides jump first, the person in the middle gets confused and then jumps after them, and then the 2 people on the side trip the person so they fall backwards and fall on their head. I saw 2 girls do this to a disabled girl. It was just so absolutely disgusting. Luckily, they got taken off of their volleyball or cheerleading team or whatever, but still, it's just like, you did that to a disabled person? Like, God, it's so disgusting. I don't know. And even if you did it to your friend, like, it's not funny. People have broken their arms. People have literally caused brain bleeds in their skull because people thought that tripping their friend and them falling backwards was gonna be funny. When I was researching further into the Skullbreaker challenge, I think that there might actually be some people who have passed away due to this. So I want to say I'm so sorry to all of the families that have been affected by this and anyone who has been hurt due to this challenge. And if you are in a situation where someone asks you to do a TikTok and you're not sure what's going on, please get out of that situation, because I guess it's no longer safe, so please be careful. The Bleach challenge. The Bleach challenge was created by a 22-year-old, which I cannot believe someone who is my age made a challenge on an app for children that was this insane. So he said to mix bleach, shaving cream, jelly, and hand sanitizer into a Ziploc bag, hold the Ziploc bag filled with those products against your eyes, and then he edited the video to look like his eyes were brighter, when in fact the solution actually ended up causing him to get a red, irritated eye, which he came out about a few weeks later after a bunch of children had recreated his TikTok, putting bleach, shaving cream, jelly, and hand sanitizer in a bag and giving themselves eye infections. You're 22 years old and you don't realize that you're putting this content, and the caption was like, did anyone else do this when they were a kid? How do you write that? Like, guys, do not create these challenges trying to become the next challenge maker and make a challenge where you're literally going to blind children. That is just insane. Like, where are your morals? Like, everyone wants attention if you're on the internet. At the end of the day, anyone who has an Instagram account that's public, you want to get likes, you want to get attention. But to do things like we all condemned like Logan when he went into the suicide forest and he did that like disgusting video, and like people think that like it's worth it to be like infamous. It's not a good thing. Just remember, there's a difference between being infamous, someone who is known for doing something bad and you are well known but people don't really like you, or being famous and people genuinely like you and want to support you and see what you're doing and keep up with your content. You know what I mean? You don't want to be just like a bad memory in people's brain. You want to make an impact that's actually going to matter and affect the world positively, hopefully. So yeah, let's go on to the next challenge. And the last challenge, which is super sad, a boy almost became paralyzed because of this, is the tree parachuting challenge. So you're supposed to climb up a tall tree, get to the very top of the tree, and then like a literal like 90s cartoon, you want to get the tree to bend so that you can land on the floor, like literally like some sort of cartoon.
Baby, don't you do it.
Don't climb trees for attention. Don't put bleach on your eyes for attention. Don't eat Tide Pods for attention. Like, guys, please think rationally. And I know that it's super, super tempting to want to like get that instant satisfaction, but I promise you, if you want to get attention, if that is your goal, just make consistent content that you genuinely care about, and people who like you will watch you because they care about you. It's better to have a small audience of people who genuinely care about you than a large audience of people who don't really even care about you at all. So please be safe, everyone, and don't fall for these TikTok challenges. Like someone saying, do you want to play some jumping game for TikTok? Because I don't know. I can't believe that this is actually happening sometimes, like the challenges that are going on and how everyone's just acting like it's normal to come out with these crazy challenges. Like the guy who did the coronavirus joke and he was like on a plane and he got the whole plane to emergency land because he was doing a coronavirus joke. Like, it's not funny. Like, I don't know. You guys get it, hopefully. And if you liked this video, be sure to like this video, comment down below what videos you guys want to see me do in the future, and subscribe to my channel to become a dinosaur and save a dinosaur from extinction. And I love you, dinosaurs. Bye, guys. Rawr.